Hello, students. Welcome to week 12. This week we are going to be going over media planning and buying and push and pull strategies. I have released the marketing plan step 4 assignment, which is marketing and promotional mix. This, however, is not due until next week, April 25th, but if you want to get a jump on it and work ahead, you may. This week we will have 2 assignments due on Saturday the 18th. Discussion number 2 and assignment number 15. So real quick, the marketing plan, step 4 is marketing and promotional mix due Saturday, April 25th at midnight, and this is located on Canvas. So let's jump right in here. We're first going to go over media planning and buying. So media planning, the basic definition is that it's the process of choosing an individual medium or a mix of media in which to run a marketing message, deciding which media to use and which ones to ignore because there's a wide range of media. So here's a little chart showing from the percent time spent in media versus advertising spending from 2010 to 2018. So just a couple years old, not too old. But if you take a look here, the main one, print, look at the difference here. Went from 27% of ad spend to only 7% of ad spend. And look at TV has jumped along with desktop and mobile. Look how much that's jumped. Desktop and mobile. Mainly mobile. Look at that. 33% mobile. So just something to ask yourself as you're going through your marketing plan and thinking, why do you think radio and print spend has changed the way it has? So think about that for a minute. Why has radio and print spend changed the way it has? Looking back at this chart here. All right. Radio and print. Okay. So how TV viewers are multitasking. I don't know about you, but I'm always multitasking. If I'm watching TV, I am usually doing something else at the same time. So percent of adults who do these activities while watching TV, websites on their mobile phone, definitely me. Texting on mobile phone, websites on computer, talking on the mobile phone, emailing, playing video games, instant messaging on the computer, listening to the radio. I don't really do that too much. Watching videos on the computer or reading magazines and a comic. I know for sure these top 2 I definitely do very often while I'm watching TV. So paid media, there's 3 types of media planning and buying that we're going to go over here. And we kind of went over this a little bit in the beginning of the semester, but just to kind of show you again, media buying, paid media is media purchased at a cost from a media publisher. For example, Facebook or Fox or NBC. So an example of this is you do a post on social media, and when you're a business page, you usually have this section here pop up to you, asking you to spend money to boost your post. So that's paid media because you're paying Facebook to boost your post for you, okay, so that you can extend your reach. Earned media is media coverage that a campaign or advertisement gets from news organizations, websites that advertisers do not pay for. So an example of this would be, someone who works for Chewy, the company's Chewy, which is a dog company, and you have a fan on social media who wrote a post about you and called you out. Chewy surprised me this week. This is one of the reasons I love Chewy, along with prices, convenience, and their customer service is top notch. I've been a customer for years and plan to be for years to come. Thank you so much, Chewy. So they did the advertising for me. So that was earned media. And the last one is owned media. So this is media platforms owned by the advertisers themselves. So this could also be a Facebook page or a social media page, or perhaps the brand's website. So a lot of these bigger brands are constantly changing their website homepage to get owned media. They're advertising on their homepage. So this is an example of ASICS, free shipping, free returns, new this season. They have the newest shoes. So owned media. So another question to ask yourself here, how do these types of media, these three types of media, work together, and how do they differ? When would you choose one media over the other? So again, think about your marketing product or service, and would you use all three? If so, when, why? Maybe you're just going to use one for a while based on your budget. So now we jump into native advertising. So this fits smoothly into the editorial media environment it is in. This can be confused with the publisher's editorial content itself. And it can also be controversial because sometimes it can be presented as legitimate site content without clearly being identified as a sponsored message. Native advertising. So an example of native advertising here, a sports article on the Sports Illustrated website, which feels like any other article you might be reading, but it may be sponsored by Nike or Adidas, either because it's directly relevant to the brand. So an example would be features someone with a just do it attitude, or because it features a product that in itself made the news, such as an Adidas soccer shoe that has taken the World Cup by storm. So a basic article in Sports Illustrated website, but it could be sponsored by a big company. So that's native advertising. Big brands use this a lot. The consumer journey and advertising impact. So marketers need to know the bigger picture of the process consumers go through in order to become aware of their need for a product, the level of research that they many need to do to become comfortable with what is offered, the trigger to actually buy the product for the first time, the thoughts or feelings they have along the way, and the positive and negative emotions associated with those thoughts. So here I have a chart that kind of helps with the mapping. And we kind of went over consumer journey a little bit. So we have the awareness step. Remember, consumers know. And so this example here is with Ocean Spray, the beverage. So we have awareness, consideration, trial or exploration, and loyalty. So awareness, thirst, consumption, justification, consideration, defiance, trial, exploration, and loyalty, pride. So another question to ask yourself, why does matching the right media to the right feelings and emotions important when it comes to media planning? Think about that for a second. So the consumer journey and advertising impact, understanding the roles of specific media in the target consumer's actions over time via the consumer journey and in their average day was critical in this award-winning campaign for Campbell's in 2017. So here I have here I have an example of this. Okay, this should be it.
Soup has been nourishing humanity for millennia. That's why Campbell's believes no matter what life throws at you,
we've got a soup for that.
Whoops.
The trouble is, we only ever think to cook it when it gets cold. And with 2016 marking Australia's warmest winter on record, sales of Campbell's soup had hit an all-time low. We needed to make a 20,000-year-old dish relevant in 2016. So we created Soup Tube, a pre-roll campaign with over 1,700 individual ads. Each one specifically tailored to the video you were searching for on YouTube. Excited for the new season of Orange is the New Black? You'll be served this. If you're listening to single ladies, you'll see this. Trying to make sense of world politics? Can't let go of Let It Go? Looking for fail videos? Searching for carpool karaoke? Catching up on UFC highlights? Need cooking advice? New Star Wars trailer? We even created daily pre-rolls related to the world's trending topics, like Brexit, the Icelandic soccer team, and Pokemon Go.
It allows us to be really relevant, really topical, and really quick.
And I think it's a really interesting campaign just because of how targeted it is. And it really sets a benchmark for how brands and their agencies should consider communications moving forward.
This resulted in an average view rate of 92%, a total of 2.5 million impressions, a 24.7% lift in ad recall, and a 6.9% lift in brand awareness. And best of all, a 55.6% increase in sales of Campbell's Simply Soups. We didn't give Australians a reason to buy Campbell's soup, we gave them thousands, helping Campbell's soup become relevant almost 20,000 years later.
I'm gonna go get some soup.
How clever was that? I love that video. Okay, so that was Campbell's Soup winning their campaign 2017. So some traditional media metrics. Reach is the percentage of the population that has seen your ad. Frequency is the number of times an audience has the opportunity to see an ad. Recency theory states that it is more important when an ad is seen than the ad just being seen. Ratings is the reach of a given television show, and gross rating points, otherwise known as GRPs, is your TV plan's reach times frequency. So that's for traditional media metrics. So the top broadcast and cable TV primetime shows in 2018. I don't know if any of you guys have seen any of these shows, but ranked number 1 was Roseanne, until that went down the tubes, right? Sunday Night Football, The Big Bang Theory, This Is Us, NCIS, Young Sheldon, Manifest, The Good Doctor, America's Got Talent, and Bull. So think about these shows that you've watched. Would you agree or disagree with this chart? So some other metrics that I'm just going to tell you these basics here. We're not going to do any calculations in this class, but just so you guys are aware. Cost per 1,000 is also called CPMs. Total media cost divided by total audience reach times 1,000. Cost per rating point, or CPP, is the total media cost divided by total rating points. Cost per click is the total media cost divided by number of clicks. Cost per action is the total media cost divided by specific desired actions such as downloads, orders, or click-throughs. Demand side platform is a computer software program that negotiates and buys ads online for advertisers. Supply side platform is media publishers' computer software programs that negotiate and sell advertisements online in real time to advertisers' computer software programs called demand side platforms. So these are all the different types of metrics. Okay. Budgeting is another big one. Percentage of sales method, task method, share of voice method, and share of market method. Percentage of sales method is the budgeting method based on the advertising budget being a set percentage of the brand's retail sales. Task method is the budget based on the number and complexity of advertising tasks the brand must complete in 1 year. So usually this is used by companies with a history of successful launches or companies that are able to accurately estimate how much media money is needed to accomplish different kinds of tasks. And the share of voice method is a budgeting method based on the advertising budget being a set percentage of the brand's share of advertising spending in the category. And share of market method is a budgeting method based on the advertising budget being a set percentage of the brand's market share. So again, this is all the different types of budgeting. Okay, so moving on to push and pull strategies. So those were all like kind of a basic overview of media planning and buying. They actually usually companies have set advertisers and set media buyers to handle those, and they actually do go through all the calculations and all the numbers. So that was just kind of like a basic overview for you guys. And now we're going to move on to push versus pull strategies. So these are two big strategies that we use in marketing, both traditional and as well right now in digital and social media. So push marketing is the strategy focused on pushing products to a specific audience. The goal is to bring what you offer to customers in your marketing. Social media channels are considered to be push sources because they're great for launching new or niche products. A couple examples of push marketing is, I made up these company names just for simplicity. So Circle Marketing Company specializes in small businesses, but is a new company that has not been heard of yet. This company uses an email marketing campaign, puts ads in participating locations, and creates a social media business page to expand their reach. So that's an example of push marketing. Another example of push marketing is Square Marketing Company, is a marketing company that has been around for a while, but still wants to execute a push strategy. So they use a strategy that runs a limited time offer for their services, uses a channel their target market is closely integrated with, such as social media or using landing pages. So it's two different examples of push marketing, a small new company and a company that's been around for a while. Pull marketing works best when you want to draw customers to your product. So you're pulling them into your company. The goal is to create loyal customers by providing marketing that showcases what they are looking for. So an example of pull marketing is, again, I made up this name, Red Target Apps. They create applications, and they have a POS system, so a point of sale system for businesses. So they are a B2B company. So to pull their target market, they create a blog on their website, they run specialized and high traffic social media campaigns, and they focus on differentiating their brand. This company can build on this strategy by focusing on SEO, so search engine optimization, for their online marketing to make their app discoverable to their target market. Other strategies for pull marketing could be using Google and Yelp reviews. So this is an example of pulling their target market. Pull marketing strategies generally take longer than push marketing drive results, but this strategy ensures long-term customers and growth. In the age of consumers educating themselves on products and services, pull marketing has become vital to markets with heavy saturation like new apps or clothing companies. Pull marketing can also show you how unique a brand is. So I have two examples here, one of pull and one of push. So an example of push marketing is the iPhone 11. Advertising is heavily focused on 3 cameras, a new implementation in the iPhone line of products, and Apple's market research centered around customers that wanted to see improved camera quality with their next iPhone purchase. So this was a social media Instagram post, and it's a live link if you want to click on it and view all the photos in the Instagram post. So this is an example of push. An example of pull marketing is the Star Wars trailer that came out, I want to say December when it came out, right? So the Star Wars episode, what are we at here? 11 trailer starts with footage from the first Star Wars film, episode 5. Text entices the viewer to see how a 40-year-long saga will come to an end. This attention grabber pulls to people not familiar to Star Wars, so it's pulling an audience who might be interested in seeing what a movie that caliber is like. And again, this is a live link here, so you can click and view the entire trailer that further explains this. So that is the basic overview difference between push and pull strategy. So kind of a short lecture this week. And so your assignments for the week is discussion number 12, which is a discussion on media buying, and assignment number 15, which is an assignment based on the push versus pull strategies. So 3 things that are coming up, just a reminder. We got our marketing plan step 4, which is due on April 25th, discussion 2, which is due April 18th, and assignment 15, which is also due April 18th, so this Saturday. So email me if you have any questions, and I hope that you guys all have a great week.